I'm proud to announce, Brian, that if the folks heard the last program was The Experience. That's my show. They know that I was listening to you in one ear. What you said went in one ear and out the other because my headphones, suddenly one side of them died, and it was the side that broadcasted to the only one working was broadcasting to my bad ear, so I had to turn them around, and it was inconvenient. I could barely hear you. I only really like it. I like it either if I can hear you full up or not hear you at all. That last one may be a little bit more preferable, but one or the other, but not in the middle where I can barely hear you.
Can you hear this? Good. Use your imagination.
Yeah, I thought you were going to play me something on your Xylomaker.
I was playing you something. One finger up in the air.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, when you point one finger up in the air, you got three more pointing back down at the top of your head. Or something like that Lanny Poffo used to say. But anyway, now I can hear you in both sides because you sent me a brand new set of headphones, and now I can hear from both of them. And the only problem now is this morning I blew my nose because it finally rained yesterday, by the way. It was on record or on pace to be the driest month in the history of Louisville, Kentucky. All October, we got 5/100ths of an inch of rain. And then at 2 o'clock on the 31st, it fucking poured rain. But when I tried to blow my nose because of all the dry, leafy, dusty, pollen-y type of thing was being stirred up, now I plugged my right ear up. So I'm still screaming at you, aren't I? Because I can't fucking hear.
Some things never change.
Well, but I don't mean to do it with anger.
Every time. People don't even know what you're like off the air. Brian, where's my fucking pen? Ah! Just nonstop.
I don't do that.
My pen! Ah! Fuck you! I mean, what did I do?
It's only when the computer decides to act up that I getting because I'm telling you, boy, the day I retire, this thing's going off the deck.
We film that for the channel?
There will be no channel when I retire. I'm taking it all with me.
You can't end. You're saying there's going to be a big finale and no one's going to see it?
There's going to be a big finale, baby, and I'm going to have it, and I'm going to Red Skelton the whole thing.
Oh.
Not only am I going to retire and you never see me again, but I'm getting all my video and my audio and I'm putting it in a fucking vault somewhere and nobody can ever. Do you know he did that, right?
No, I don't know about this.
Red Skelton, when he was still alive, for years and years, had his old TV shows and all of his stuff that he owned because he became one of the richest producers in television, locked up and wouldn't release it. And at one point, he had said he wanted to set fire to all of it and just be done with it, but apparently he didn't. And then after he died, that's why you see some of this stuff now, because saner heads may have. Google Red Skelton while I'm telling you what else is going on over here, and see if did he break before he died or was it after he died? Because there's stuff out there now, or you may have just gone to sleep. But nevertheless.
Well, it takes a second to look him up and then find the specific section about his video collection.
I thought you would have right there Red Skelton on speed dial on your Mint Mobile plan or whatever. But anyway, the point is, what was the point? Oh, the point was I can hear you now except for my bad ear. And then you got me started thinking about my happy retirement one of these days when I can throw this fucking computer off the deck. And before that, I was going to talk about. Did I recently give you? Did we talk about on the show the revelation? Huh?
No, what?
No, quit. Stop. I'm talking. Did I give to you the revelation that I got from my tree guy about when to plant trees?
You gave me the revelation. Yes, Father.
Because I'm a revolutionary and a visionary and an arborist. Did I tell you about what the fucking tree guy told me?
I don't know.
Well, remember back in June, I said I planted 15 trees in the front yard, right? And then it didn't rain for 3 weeks, and I had to get out there in that fucking heat, that humidity, and that misery, and water them with a hose every goddamn day. And I've always heard, and they always say on the news here in Louisville, don't plant before Derby. Because we always, not always, but often get a hard freeze or at least the frost of a couple of days in a row or whatever before Derby that will kill your plants. So don't plant before Derby. So this year, I got behind because I was busy, and I didn't call the guy quick enough. And Derby was the first week of May, but he didn't get out here till June because by the time I called him, but by the time that he got the trees and everything. And by the way, did you find Red Skelton yet?
No, he's dead. He's still dead. I didn't know you were looking for him that badly.
No, I mean,
You're really losing it, aren't you?
Did you look up the whole goddamn story that I was telling you to confirm that what I was saying to you was the truth? So you did, because you were staring at me. I could tell you were staring at me like I had turds hanging out of my mouth when I was telling you that.
Well, it was more the scent that was driving me to look that way. But anyway, what I found here on the internet was a couple things. The Red Skelton Vault is a collection of episodes from the television show The Red Skelton Show that were never broadcast on DVD until recently. The Vault includes episodes from the early years of the show, from 1951 to 1955. The collection features many classic characters from the show, such as Clem Caddyhopper.
Clem Caddyhopper.
I'm trying to read this quickly. You don't really see this.
It's Clem Cadiddlehopper.
How did I fuck that up? Yeah, of course. Cauliflower McPug.
Yeah, the boxer.
Willie Lump Lump. And Freddie the Freeloader. I've heard of him. I've met him a few times.
I thought his name was David, but nevertheless.
The show also includes appearances from many Hollywood legends, including Jackie Gleason, Johnny Carson, Diane Carroll, and John Wayne. Listen to that wind, the mighty wind outside right now, folks. Red Skelton refused to have his shows put into syndication.
Uh-huh.
So most of the episodes in the vault were only broadcast on their original air date. The collection was selected exclusively by Timeless Media Group and is available from Shout Factory. And I have here Shout Factory's website, only 6 left in stock.
Oh, well, I'm not asking for a goddamn commercial plug for it. I'm just saying you were doubting me.
On the Instagram page for the Red Skelton Museum, they have, it says Sorting the Vault Collection, and it's just a pile of, you would recognize what these look like right away. It's a pile of 2-inch reels, like in boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And then also some 1-inch stuff, but it looks like a lot of 2-inch full-length stuff.
Well, there you go. So anyway, but that's Red's situation. But back to planting before Derby. So
from Red to Dead.
This past year, as I said, or this past spring and summer, I planted the trees in June. So then I had the tree guy that I have plant my trees over here a few weeks ago, because I wanted to not only have him do some mulch beds for me, but also I said I want to get a plan together for the spring so we can get quicker this time. So I'm not out there with that fucking hose and the heat and the blah, blah, blah. We'll have everything all ready to go. He said, well, why don't we do it now? I said, well, now it's winter time. I said, but besides that, I wouldn't be able to water them because I haven't got time. I've got the big action figure sale going on, and Brian Last takes up all of my time. And he said, no. He said, if you plant them this time of year, then just water them once real good when you put them in, and then you don't have to water them. I said, well, wait a minute. Nobody told me that. You mean I could have fucking, and I wouldn't have had to been out there? He said, yeah. I said, well, God damn. I said, well, but wait a minute. I said, they say on the news, don't plant before Derby, because it might freeze. As well, it's going to freeze here shortly, sooner or later. And he said, well, no, that's not for trees. That's just for plants and flowers. He said, this is my favorite time of year to plant trees because the ground isn't that hard and the homeowner doesn't need to water them. And We can get them right in, and then boom, and there you go. In the springtime, you got the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. And I said, well, son of a bitch, did you know that, Brian?
No, I'm not really an arborist, so I didn't know this.
You're another word I can think of that begins with an A, but so I got him to come over here. I was more thinking of a nom de plume for sphincter.
Oh, that's not nice.
But I got him come over here and plant me 15 trees in the backyard now. And I don't have to water a goddamn one of them. So what do you think about them apples?
I can't wait for the rant when this doesn't work out.
And no, it's
been a bunch of dead trees, motherfucker. It's you, Brian. Fuck you.
I'm just telling you. It's just they look lovely out there. And got a couple of weeping willows and a couple of redbud trees and about a half a dozen oak trees, and they're just lovely. So it's your program.
It is. I would almost forget that because you're doing so well leading the show here today. I would hate to stop you, in fact, if you're feeling the groove.
Well, normally, basically, I just lead this thing down whatever path it goes anyway, don't I? I was trying to be polite and let you take over the hostifying.